Getting good banishes, getting good VT stomps in the Chronos to hit the Void. Like, there's a lot of things they can do.
It's all about good team fights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's always a good watch for me anyway. Let's find out what our commentators have to say about game number 2. It is ODPixel and Fog.
Thank you, GVS. Game 2 now between PSG, LGD, and Versus Pro. I'm ODPixel. I'm here with Fogged, and this time around we've got, I'd argue, even more exciting drafts. We've got a lot of team fight from both teams. We've got a lot of wombo combo from both sides. Whatever way this is going to go, I don't think it's going to end up as one-sided as game 1. This surely this is going to be a close back-and-forth game. There's always going to be sort of on the high ground this team fight potential from both sides, whether it be a great sleep stomp setup from FY, or if on the side of VP, whether you have Ramses finding a huge chrono to turn the fight around.
VP's got an incredible amount of team fight. This looks like a very similar draft that I saw them doing in Birmingham. They picked this, the Kunkka plus the Warlock combo, but they make sure that the rest of their draft also synergizes with those Fatal Bonds. And they've got this pressure lane coming out, and it looks like LGD, I like this response. They didn't, I thought that they would maybe do this yesterday as well when they were playing, I can't remember what hero it was Ame playing. The Troll is to dodge the aggressive lane. Because last time it was, this Sanking Lashrat that just destroyed him when he was playing Troll Warlord. This time they're putting the Doom and the Elder Titan bottom to soak that pressure. They're putting this Monkey King up top.
Oh, Monkey King Ame. But the Jingle Mastery stacked up. Ramses will be able to jump himself away with the Time Walk.
Somnus is going to have incredibly good positioning in this game to try to go for those saves. Same thing with the Bane. So at least they've got, kind of that double save mechanic. We've seen time and time again, X-Nova and Solo, when they're playing these Banes, the Nightmares. That's what we're going to be looking out for, the Nightmares inside of the fights. See, Roger comes top right away. They want to punish this Monkey King. They saw the lanes already when they went for those bounty runes.
Well, let's see how much they can do to sort of slow him down. As, well, straight away, Ame.
The body blocks.
He is taking a lot of damage here indeed, with the control from Ramses having that position. They'll be able to set up for first blood on the top lane. The addition of Roger to that dual lane to make this tri-lane working out perfectly in terms of just making that Monkey King's life very hard early on.
Yeah, it just seemed like this was like a decision by VP. They're like, all right, Monkey's trying to dodge our pressure. Roger, go top. Pasha gets Sandstorm. You're just going to Sandstorm and sit in the lane for a little bit until we start making those rotations down. And the lane swaps are going to start coming out right away. Ame does not want to be going versus all that pressure. Thinks to move bottom. Chalice goes top.
Top. Chalice the harassed for the Infernal Blade, but Ramses quick to time walk and back off.
Ramses getting a lot of enfeebles thrown on him, but still with 6 and 2 last hits, still able to secure those.
Ame does now pick up level 2 on that bottom lane, so can look to sort of fight back. Top lane, Roger. Pulling a little bit low, but he's able to keep his distance with the concussive shot onto Chalice. Stop the chase. And the mid lane matchup. See how these two fare this time around. Somnus and No One, the OD versus Kunkka lane.
Should be fairly even, because you can use Astral to disrupt the last hits. Kunkka has a base damage advantage whenever Tidering's available. But this, the thing is that the OD can always do this, is control those last hits with the Astral.
He's doing a very good job at it, as well as Somnus off the back of these first couple of waves.
Got 2 mana procs there. Well, really start to add up.
So they managed to find a 2-minute Arcane Rune as well down bottom. So it's just level 1, but allows them to keep the spam up on the Shadow Word.
63 mana Shadow Word, 435 mana pool. That's very nice for them. And again, Roger following this Monkey King around. TP's bottom.
And straight away with the setup. They're going with the Burrow Strike, and Ame in potential trouble. FY does hit a lovely sleep onto the 2 of them. One more nuke will come in onto Ame, but it shouldn't be enough to finish him off. And indeed, Ame will survive. That stomp from FY. Just in time and in perfect place to save
Roger.
Their core.
Was trying to catch Ame on the retreat. Ame stays in the lane, and they do know, maybe they know that ward's there. Placed down.
Looks like they don't have a salve at the moment for Ame, so it's just the tangos.
Look how active Roger's being. Now heading straight toward mid. They've got the X to try to set up for a kill here. If the Astral is used, looks like no one was trying to bait the Astral there. Holding on to it though. And it is a 1v1 matchup in the Void versus the Doom. Chalice having the dream creep as well. That shockwave being able to really push Ramses off the lane, because now he's forced to use Time Walk when the shockwave comes out or when the Infernal Blade comes out, so he has to pick his poison.
And at those early levels, it's not a short cooldown at all, of course.
No. Silva.
And they do get the setup. The Pyro Strike. Arme coming in to try to help out and return. Xnova does have the brain stuff with the stick charges, keeping him alive for now as he'll back off. Now Arme with the two-man Paladin Strike landing down onto Roger and Pasha. Can't quite finish off Roger though. Roger is able to get away. The Nightmare there from Xnova, allowing the time for him to continue punching in to Pasha to finish it off and get the second kill. As back in the lane, FY was able to chase down and punch Solo to pieces.
That was a sick play there by Xnova. That Nightmare. The Senking Pasha had the stun to be able to try to stun away, but Sleep can't do anything. Gets right click down. So 2 kills. And Solo now has made the move toward top. Want to make sure that he can secure the Void's farm, since Ramses was already free-farming, but was getting slowed down a little. Somnus.
They've got the setup. They'll pop a Fairy Fire, but that will not keep him safe. As Roger moving across the map from lane to lane, finding places to put the pressure on, and in this situation, get the kill for his fellow core.
Now it's going to be a quite early level 6 coming out from no one, because he's already had advantage in the lane from Denies. Now has that boat available.
We'll see the teams here fight around the room spot. Pasha will be chased a little bit at the same time up top. Chalice looking for the body blocks on Solo. Pasha gets himself back to the shrine. Chalice and Xnova, they are chasing. Solo's got the Shadow Word heal, but the Infernal Blade holding him down temporarily and ticking him down incredibly low will be enough for them to grant themselves the kill. Here's LGD keeping the aggression on. Still there, Ramses to lead the board in CS, despite the pressure being applied by Chalice. 29-6 on his Faceless Void.
I like to see when the Dooms go for Soul Ring. He's not doing it this game, it seems, just trying to rush out those treads, but when you do have this Satyr creep, the amount of pressure that you can put out from just like a Satyr Blast plus that Infernal Blade is pretty absurd. But yeah, we have to watch this mid. They're going to try to play around this because there is the boat available for no one. Can look to set up if the OD uses Astral, but FY is prepared. Type of movement here, already sitting behind. Maybe in that mid lane. Also, at the 5-minute mark, LGD was able to claim those 3 bounty runes.
Now bottom Arme getting pretty low there. Pasha did go in as Pasha also able to keep the distance, make sure that Arme doesn't get those Jingu Mastery stacks built up. Arme still having to sit around pretty low. He's only got 1 Tango left to pop at the moment in this lane. They're having to be very careful. Mid lane, no one. He's got the double damage for him, but Somnus just with the Astral does have Xnova around as well, so put a bit of damage onto him, but with the boat already over, no one will have more than enough sort of self-sustain to keep himself safe. Very hard for him to make that play. Bottom lane, Pasha falling low, but Arme looks to jump forward. He's got the balance trap with the silence. Comes out straight away, but Ramses is the perfect bait. The trap set by VP as the setup's there for Ramses to come in with the TP, the Chronosphere in reaction, as they should be able to get both. FY, he will hold back the 2 of them, but Roger will continue to right-click down FY as the fantastic time there.
Ooh.
But Ramsey to come in and FY.
He's got a raindrop.
He's not getting away from this one, surely. 8 HP. He's actually going to live. They do have the ward down. He's got the vision, but Roger low on mana. He's not going to be able to find him, as indeed FY actually managing to stay alive for now. Pasha will continue the hunt, but another stomp. It's going to hold Pasha back. Arme's trying to fight back. He's able to take down Roger. In fact, he's got the lifesteal built up with the Jingu Mastery. They've got some control with the stun. The bash is coming in from Ramses. Is it enough bashes to do it? It is. They get the kill, and at the end of the day, VP will clean up on that bottom lane.
That was what, 3 bashes coming out there?
Same time, top Chalice and Xnova finding Solo alone. But that bottom lane, I mean, it very close. It looked to be coming to the point where it would be PSG LGD coming out on top of that trade. But the early fighting power, and as you say, the bash is just enough to sort of outdo the damage output that Arme can offer on his Monkey King.
The Astral comes out.
Will sort of disrupt the initial combo for no one again. FY with these 2-man stomps allowing them to punch back as they slam down Roger. No one will be able to keep himself safe, but FY, I mean, this ET is looking pretty hot. He had a great time in the lane on the clockwork, and this game too, moving around the map on his Elder Titan, consistently disrupting any sort of play that VP looks for, and also setting up for his own team.
Yep. The one fear for me for LGD is Ame's farm. He's been getting some kill involvement, but 1 3 and 1, only 24 last hits at almost the 9-minute mark.
No, mate. Thinking about going for solo there as FY again. It hit the sleep stomp setup. Solo getting bursted pretty low, but he's got the shadow word heal.
Chalice already level 8, looking to try to set up here if Pasha steps up too far.
You can get the doom and a blast. That will do it. He sees the angle. Ooh, but Pasha incredibly quick there with the sandstorm reaction, just to destroying the chance of casting the doom. As Pasha will be able to live another day.
Again, looking at this early game, VP are getting outwarded. 3 wards on the map for PSG LGD and none for VP. A very rare thing to see, but we do see sometimes Solo likes to hold on for these wards during the nighttime, but yeah, it's almost 10 minutes in, and they haven't gotten the chance to really get too much vision down, and a lot has been dewarded. These double sentries in the mid lane trying to secure Somnus to get this perfect start in the game.
Looking towards Chalice. Open up with the burrow strike. Epicenter as well. Chalice is able to turn around and get the doom down onto Conker. So certainly no one doesn't have anything else to follow up as he just lets himself get a little too close to the doom as Chalice makes him look like a bunch of fools.
And that's the vision advantage, right? They have this ward on the right side, so they saw the Kunkka making the rotation in.
Roger. Let's find X-Nova, but there's a lot of members here from PSG LGD. They are ready to fight. As Roger, he'll get stuck in the tree line by Arme. As Arme will finish off the Skyrath. The boat does come crashing through onto Chalice, but Chalice still looks to move forward. They've got the burst drive from Pasha. The Chrono does come through at the same time as the Sanity's Eclipse is out from Somnus. As the Courier actually gets caught left behind here by VP. They do manage to get everyone else out of there. But a bit of an awkward attempt there from VP to sort of come across and sort of looking to keep that sort of fight going. It looked like they did want to try and fight in that situation, but they just can't at this stage against PSG's LGD's heroes.
I mean, they got outnumbered. Solo's only level 4 still on the Warlock, so isn't able to make that rotation to get that Chaotic Offering, of course. It's not having that levels. A full defensive Chronosphere coming out from Ramses. Yeah, I mean, the support levels on VP, it's level 4 Skyrath, level 4 Warlock. Lacking quite a lot of teamfight as well as damage coming in. Taking advantage of that now, pressuring that top tower. They know that the Chronosphere is cooldown. The epicenter as well.
11 minutes in, only a 1k lead, but still able to make these plays with the fact that sort of all 3 lanes have favored their cause as it's gone on. Top lane, no one. Go for the setup onto X-Nova, but he uses that Nightmare. Perfect timing with the invulnerability to disrupt the combo that no one was looking to set up.
The early hood picked up on Chalice. Pipe is a very valuable item versus VP's lineup.
Bottom lane, the hunt is on here for Pasha. He's got the burrow strike, which will get him out of range of the Echo Stomp. Mid lane, attempt onto Somnus, but again, they've got so many ways to sort of stop no one from being able to get away with this X-Mark Torrent combo, whether it be trying for the kill down bottom or anywhere where there's going to be a Bane backing up whoever he goes upon.
Ramses making Solo act as the courier, walking out that quarterstaff. Still dead. Solo about to hit level 6 now on this Warlock. Roger getting close as well. They really need these supports to have level 6 so they can set up those either those pickoffs with the Sand King into a Mystic Flare or take some team fights with the Warlock.
Chalice. He just walks in. They are going to force out TPs immediately for the entire side. There's going to be 5 men coming in from VP that are ready to try and fight back in return. They do have the 6 on Solo. They'll get the Chaotic Offering down. Ramses jumps in. It's the perfect Chrono onto 3. Look at this triangle of doom with the Fatal Bonds. They just get destroyed. VP with the dream team fight setup there from Solo's Chaotic Offering. As you say, just hitting the 6. He couldn't have hit it at a better time. That setup giving them a clean and easy team fight win.
It couldn't be more perfect. Chalice sure walked in, tanked up the majority of those spells earlier on with that hood, but the Chrono, the Epi actually didn't even hit anything, but the Chrono plus that Chaotic Offering. VP finding perfect situation. And Ame still just trying to recover.
Don't see it again here. As you see, sort of as this all started, Solo, he's not quite 6. Now he hits it. And instantly, the whole team wants to come forward.
Look at this. Chrono is not up right now. Look at the timing comes up. 3, 2, 1. Literally, as it comes up, they get the perfect jump.
A series of events that really could not have worked out any better for VP in that situation. Getting Ramses back on top of the net worth with that sort of play. Coming in, no one. Start to work on the Shadow Blade. The Monkey King Battle Fury progress is going pretty well for Army.
Yeah.
Got the money for the Demon Edge.
Using that maxed Primal Spring build to catch back up. See that a lot from most of these players.
Yeah,
especially if you're getting shut. If you're not getting shut down, you can, you can go for a little bit more Boundless Strike and some Jingu, but when you're behind, you need to go for these Primal Spring.
A bit of a smoke attempt there. It's going to be popped straight away by PSG LGD as they come in on the high ground. They do get the two-man Torrent and Bow, and then bam, with the Tidebringer hit. That's going to be X-Nova cut down. In fact, Chalice, he's in trouble as well. The Burrow Strike from Pasha comes in. FY does go for the Stomp on the back of it all, but he's on his own. He's going to get taken down as well.
Well, DD Kunkka, just, hitting for a absurd amount at this moment in time. 250 without even the Tidebringer thrown in on top. 350 per hit. Did 2,700 damage in that team fight.
I mean, Arme, he's got his eyes on no one, but
He saw him for a second, though.
pretty tricky kill to go for. As indeed Arme looks to have no interest of trying to fight the Kunkka at this stage.
That was very close to him getting caught. Even cut the tree. Roger getting chased.
Well, Somnus
Ramses is here. He has Chrono.
He's going to aggressively force himself in at the same time up top. Arme gets gone upon. They have the epicenter from Passion. No one comes in. They've got enough to finish him off, as no one will survive. They get away with both of those. Indeed, down bottom, Somnus getting aggressive there. He forced himself up to the high ground in an attempt to get that kill. It cost him his own life.
Getting punished a bit for his greed. Solo. Trying to walk away from these two supports.
They do have a Nightmare if they can quite get in range, but it doesn't look like they can. And with the Stomp. But even so, Pasha's there. The rest of the team turning to TP forward as well. Solo will be able to walk his way back to safety.
This is a classic Solo right there. Look at the words that he got during that. During his movement, he gets two down bottom and even two on the left side as well.
Yeah, suddenly the map is looking infinitely better for VP.
Yeah, now they can look wherever LGD is looking to make those early rotations because they can see very close to the base. So if anybody's just walking out, they'll either be able to set up those gank plays or know where LGD is going to be making their own moves.
But when no one.
The Astral was used.
It has. It's been used to farm. So with that no one, sees a chance to open up. They have got the wraparound from Roger as well. The Ancient Seal and the Burst. It's enough. Perfect angle for the Tidebringer hit, and VP starting to really get kill after kill.
Yeah, getting a lot of momentum here. They have so many ways to set up these fights with that X. Now with Pasha even having the Blink Dagger finished up too. While on the side of PSG LGD, they kind of have to just walk in to start the fights in comparison. They don't have any Blink Initiator just yet. Chalice is going for that Blink, which I think is very crucial before going for that Pipe. Pipe is super good this game, but they need some way to start the fight before VP gets all their spells off.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Full Shadow Blade for no one. Oh, he actually used his drum charge by. Yep. They're trying to set up some gank play, it looks like top.
Will they spot out Arme? Arme?
They got
He jumps across. They know the exact tree he's on. As no one could not have been in a better position with that Shadow Blade as Arme jumped straight across his head.
And that's when you have these deep wards, you can see where people are setting up. They even were throwing the Shadow Amulet onto Roger before the Shadow Blade was picked up, just to set up for that kill far in advance before Ame was even on his way. And VP, they've got the majority of their ultis up. The Chrono is ready again. Ramsey's getting close to a BKB.
Let's see. 15-7, 3K lead now for VP. And all the team fight ready to go. And as Ramses getting away with this bottom lane push, he's got the backup of his team if any sort of answer comes in from PSG LGD, but it won't. They'll let VP get away with this one for free. No interest from the side of them in terms of taking a fight around this tier 1. They're still waiting for Ame to get his Battle Fury online.
Yeah, they're more about the farm game right now on PSG LGD. The Chalice has to be the one kind of to run in with this Blink Dagger and try to start these fights, but it's going to be hard. VP is all set up, and they even run into FY here.
It's Roger. He's got a good chance of doing this on his own. He won't need to, though. Pasha comes in with the Burrow Strike. And look at this. Ramses finds an invis and immediately TP's top. Wants to use this invis for a sort of a sneaky setup onto potentially Somnus. The board was down. And they would have seen that pickup and the TP, and Somnus straight away. TP's out of the lane. He knows what sort of play Ramses will be going for.
The instant pings by no one. Pinging down bottom, looking for Ame. He is spotted by the ward while he makes this move down, though. LGD. Looking like they want to try to respond to this. By porting bottom.
Ready to react.
They haven't been able to find the good Doom situations.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end.
Somnus, he has now got that blink as well, so will be able to feel a little safer himself in the fights with that astral blink escape mechanism at the ready.
It's all about positioning for him in this game. He can't get... If he gets caught in the chronospheres, these fights are going to be disastrous for PSG LGD. Ame? Looking for him. He knows.
He's hunting. Tries to cut down a tree and goes for the target. In fact, Chalice, he's going to find the opening straight, and he goes with the Doom down onto the Void. That's going to be the Sleep Dump as well. They're trying to run Ramses out of this, but he's already surely taken too much damage. The Boundless Strike comes through. One more hit from Somnus. They found the Void. In response, Chaotic Offering will get dropped down as well as the Mystic Flare. It's enough magical damage to burst down Ame. In fact, Chalice, he's gone as well. They'll get the 2-for-1 at the moment. Astral comes out. That should be enough to finish off Solo, as there's the double kill in return from Somnus. 2-for-2 at the moment, but LGD still looking to fight. Stomp from FY, catches onto Pash, he'll start punching into no one. Somnus blinks across with the Sanity's Eclipse. He's been able to find a triple. Now it's only Roger and Pasha left on the side of VP, but there's Nova. Sliding and goes to the Fiend's Grip, but there's the Burrow Strike from Pasha, but he's been baited forward. Somnus still trying to keep the fight going, but Pasha keeps the distance. Chaotic offering Golem on him as well, making it very hard for Somnus to continue to chase.
The Golem is just following them, giving the vision. They're looking to try to go for this.
Pasha, he's going back in.
Is that Rogers in two?
They've got him. They get him. They get Somnus at the end of it all. Ramses now comes forward. Sure, FY didn't manage to chase down and get Pasha. But again, these back and forth fights where it looked pretty brilliant for PSG LGD. They got a triple kill on Somnus, but then suddenly they lose Somnus. Ramses, he respawns. He's able to come back in and get a kill for himself. The overall goal between XP is still going to be very close between the two teams.
It didn't show. Yeah, it only showed the ending of the fight.
But it could have been a whole lot better for PSG LGD if they had got Somnus out after getting that triple kill.
I mean, Roger staying alive that entire time actually did so much damage in the fight. Him and Pasha.
And now, of course, that fight, Sanities was used in search. Ramsey still has a Chronosphere.
Yep. I'm looking at this. The Skyrest net worth in that team fight skyrocketed up.
Yeah.
Close to Pasha's. And VP, they still want to look to pick fights. They've got this Chronosphere, and they know that Doom is on cooldown now.
No, I might just having to farm these sidelines incredibly carefully.
Going for the full greed build. Going for that Echo Saber next. Then more than likely that BKB, which they really need in this game. All three cores versus this heavy magic damage lineup that comes from VP. Sure, VP does have pretty decent physical too that can come from Tidebringer as well from the Void, but
it was a very good initiation though for Chalice that last fight.
Yeah.
That Blink Doom onto the Void is no one. Can't quite get the grab there onto X-Nova.
he has to go for those, the Chronosphere, the Void in all these occasions. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we'll see a Lincoln's come, use up the Lincolns to make sure that he can at least block that initial jump. Chalice has the Doom available.
He's got eyes on Pasha. The rest of his team only lacking the Sanity's Eclipse, but that in itself will be there for Somnus in 15 seconds, so they'll have everything ready to go as well.
Yeah.
On PSG LGD.
Their damage is a bit limited if they don't have the Sanities. Halberd choice for no one versus OD as well as Monkey King, one of the better items that you can get. Two heroes just don't build any way to pierce through that evasion for quite a long time. And Halberd versus most ranged DPSers. Very nice. The next Nova. Pinned up toward top. This ward they had see Pasha. Both teams content with farm. Oh, Ramses, oops.
I mean, come on, those granite golems look pretty scary sometimes. Now top, Asher, Balance strike it from Arme. Will grind him the Jingu Mastery stacks as they catch Pasha. Ow.
And
Same time, they find Solo down bottom, I believe, on a bit of a warding mission.
Yep. VP is probably a bit unhappy with that BKB usage. It's going to set them back quite a bit now. Good amount of time, 40 seconds.
Maybe the team hasn't noticed, you know. I'm sure Ramses is trying to keep it quiet. Oh yeah, indeed. They have to wait the 30 seconds before Ramses is able to go with that one.
A very costly slowdown for them. We were just talking about how important those BKB timings are for PSG LGD, and they're getting close to those. OD almost has it done. Chalice on his way too. Roger is 3/4 of the way toward an Aghanims on this Skyrap.
Yeah, that big pick off onto Somnus at the end of that. Him picking up a triple kill certainly did, as we saw, given that cash boost. And we've seen what an Aghanim Skywrath can do in a game.
Especially with the Void on your team.
Oh,
you can set up those double Mystic Flares in the team fights.
And especially sort of against these cores, you know, the Hame, Monkey King, Somnus, OD, these are both heroes about 1500 HP. These are not the tankiest heroes in terms of raw HP. As long as you can sort of lock them down with the Chrono before the PKPs come out, that Mystic Flares, it's going to get close to pretty much killing some.
Yeah. So crucial. They like have to get the BKBs off before the Chronosphere comes off.
But for the high ground.
Do they have it?
Perfect position for VP. They don't even need to drop down the Golem.
No Golem. They don't even need the Mystic Flare either. Good enough damage coming between them. The Ancient Seal, the Amplification.
I'm talking about those BKBs. We do see Arme picks up the Oakley, and he's got 1600 gold. Oh, what an FY. There's the TP. No one's already used the combo, but the X nearly came back up in time. Elsewhere, Roger
again
was able to come back to that same point where they just found the kill on Somnus and get X Nova.
That is a 25-minute Arcane Boot Aghanims on this Skywrath, level 14 as well.
Oh. And as I was going to say, look at Arme. He's got the money. Do you think he's thinking, I've actually got to get the BKB? No, he is going to go in on the Echo Saber first still. But he, as you say, he absolutely has to have that BKB soon.
Yeah, after that's the next item. Use it up right away.
So if VP can take team fights in this window, it is going to be almost impossible really for Arme to fight. Or his BKB's done. As even FY queuing up the BKB now as well for himself.
They're under vision here. VP. VP seeing the Doom. They're already feeling, they feel safe to be farming around because the Doom is the key hero for PSG LGD to look for those plays. I mean, they're content with just farming with their Ramses as well as no one. The smoke comes out.
There we go. FY just dropped the ultimate down. All right.
Chalice seemed to be a bit afraid of the rotations coming in.
Mid lane Pasha. Try and get an aggressive catch onto FY as he retreats down the lane, as the rest of VP are there behind Pasha.
Aghanim's Arcane Rune on Roger at the moment.
They really want to fight.
Yeah.
VP know how strong they are at this stage. And they know how hard it will be for some of PSG LGD's cores to respond. But now the BKB, it is there for Somnus.
They do see Ramses farming those Ancients, so they will be okay to walk out a bit here on the side of PSG LGD, but still they have to watch out for this Chronosphere. Have to get either the OD not getting caught in it or getting the BKB off beforehand. They get a D ward, so they won't be under that vision right now. He's still trying to take a fight here.
Oh, FY. The Yule's out onto Pasha, tries the Echo Stomp with the 4 stars there to get Pasha back to safety.
Ame.
He's got the ult down. Trying to fight this. They can get the Doom down as well onto the Void. So with that, Ramses has to get himself out of the fight. Pasha taking huge amounts of damage for the Wukong's command as Chalice chases him into the tree line. They are able to take down both of them. Pasha and Roger will fall. Ramses looks like he will survive. The Shadow Word there, enough to counteract the damage, but still a bit of a surprise fight there for VP that it did not look like they were prepared for at all. They were looking for a fight themselves. They did not expect for Arme to just come in the middle of them all and set down the Wukong's command and kick the fire off himself.
And just give the vision, the important thing. Ame just, like, no one seemed to know. He looked like he was trying to stalk him near the Ancients, and then Ame with that long distance jump with that level 15 talent gets right on top of the Void, gives Chalice that opportunity. But VP, they've got their ultis available. They know that LGD did use the BKB on the OD as well as the majority of their ults. PSG LGD, they will back up, try to get some farm secured off of that. Dropping that net worth lead down to pretty much 0.
And there's no doubt about it that Ramses really wants to get his Lincolns before he turns up. I mean, each time we have seen Chalice be able to doom it.
They're gonna, I mean, VP's definitely gonna look for a fight though.
I mean,
they know
sure, if they can do it once it's down. Yeah.
They still know that the doom is on cooldown, and they've got all their ultis ready.
Yeah.
Somnus.
And they go. They find the catch on Somnus. He popped the BKB, but it ain't gonna save him. Another charge gone, and his life as well. VP finding the perfect time to strike, and we'll strike back hard.
I think Ramses was TPing toward top to defend the tower, but got stomped by the Elder Titan. So he's down bottom farming still. Ame gets a little bit more freedom to farm up top. Deep wards being placed down. Once VP did get that kill on the OD, just trying to keep that information going so they can see wherever those rotations from PSG LGD are. These plays going. Almost level 20 now on no one. That 25 strength talent gonna make him a hell of a lot tankier and getting close to that BKB. A lot of PSG LGD's damage is magical in this game. That Monkey King.
FY has been found. He does have the self-cures, and in fact the backup as well from Ame. Coming in with the Wukong's command. The boat will sail through though. Ame will be able to dodge it to the side. They've lost Roger. The grip as well from X-Nova, holding Pasha in place again. Another fight where Roger and Pasha are the casualties for VP.
Quick responses by LGD. Ramses, the TP was still on cooldown for about 3 seconds. He didn't have one anyway. He was still trying to farm bottom. But the quick moves.
And what do you think about this decision from Ame? He's not going to be going for the BKB this.
He hasn't finished,
sorry.
yeah.
What am I about? Testing. Just testing you. We're going for the Skadi now. I like this. The extra stats.
Yep. Trying to just tank up, get that chase down too.
Yeah, sort of gives him that chance of surviving if he does get Chrono before he pops the BKB.
He does have this Lincoln's available. Chalice.
Oh, Chalice. He's in. He popped the Lincolns. He's got the Doom again. LGD are so good at getting that jump on Ramses. They've done it multiple times so far this game, and they're looking to take more out of this. As Solo gets jumped upon, even with the Lincolns in play, they're right on top of him, and Ramses, he's just not getting a chance to fight. We saw that one spectacular combo in the middle lane early on that was set up by Solo, but other than that, the Chronos just haven't been there because Chalice has got his number every single time.
And he wasn't able to... The thing is that it was a blink into a stop, so if they were prepared, Ramses could get the BKB up in those situations before them able to break the Lincolns with that Enfeeble, which they did. But then VP, again, getting caught off guard.
That is...
Now it's a Roche.
The fact that Chalice is consistently able to do this is yeah, I mean, we said it yesterday. Didn't look great from Chalice in some of the games, but today, his Beastmaster performance last game and now on the Doom, he is just making it impossible for VP to sort of get away with what they want to do with this combo. The team fights just haven't been there because Chalice has every single time broken up that one key part of it, the Chronosphere.
It's the BKB control that VP desperately needs to have in these fights.
Mid lane.
Got the Yules on FY.
Still, no one. He will read that. Doesn't go for the Torrent on the X mark origin. Goes for the Torrent on the drop down of the Yules. As that is, as you talked about, the 25 strength now, but no one. That with the run, with the Shadow Word, they have a lot of ways of keeping no one alive in the fights, but it's not really no one that's sort of been the issue. It's just been the fact that Ramses has been dying each and every time. They've got to make sure that maybe even Ramses just is able to sort of sit back that little bit further.
He has to. I mean, he can't keep getting junked by this Doom, or the team fights are still just going to be a disaster for them.
His next item, Ramses, will be the Maelstrom.
Pinging him out, Ame.
Now let's try. Jones forward. Him alone will not have the control. In fact, Ramses popped the BKB, tries to fight back, but he's taken a lot of damage with the Jingu Mastery. Had to time walk away. Solo's got the heal. It will be a BKB charge for a BKB charge. The rest of PSG LGD not able to quite get in range to help Army with his attempt onto Ramses. The rest of VP, though, they're ready to come back in. They do have the full combo. They've got the Chrono, the Chaotic Offering. Torrent will catch Ame out in the trees.
They're a bit scared because of that Aegis. Everybody's respawned on PSG LGD.
And also because, sure, Somnus' BKB has been used, but so was Ramsey's. Wouldn't have it ready again if they did look to try and jump back in for the fight.
Yeah. Or Ame's, yeah.
Ame, sorry. So they'll back off. Again, and it's a close one. 33 minutes in. This is what we hope to see from these two drafts. Game 1, PSG LGD. They had that very dominating SF pick that they played around perfectly. This time, again, it's for both sides that we're seeing these strengths. And Ramses.
Another BKB by Ramses.
That means that he needs to change his keyboard. He's done it twice this game.
It's down to 6 seconds already.
Oh, I mean, sure, we see it happen sometimes once and again, but twice. That is unfortunate for the young man. As it really is. It's another sort of self-impaired window that the VP now have to suffer through.
Yep. They have to play defensive now before that BKB's back up.
Dire's top tower is
And during all this, I mean, it's Ame with a Battle Fury, so he's gonna out-farm. Talon's coming up. 22 on the Monkey King. Standard one. OD as well. Gets 20. The standard one. They're just trying to tank up, trying to survive that Chronosphere if it does come out. Ramsey's really... 2 BKB charges. Really hurting VP quite a lot in this game. They still, this game is so much about the initiations.
Oh, mate. Quick jump and a boundless strike as well as the Echo Saber slow onto Solo. He's going to look to chase this. Pasha is coming in with a TP as well as Roger. Ame going pretty deep for this one. No one's going to be there with the X-Mark for the BKB's pop. Been disarmed for now, but it will now wear off. Ramsey's trying to come in with the counterplay, but he will not commit with the chrono.
3 BKBs popped. Very responsive.
And VP able to get everybody out of there. PSG LGD will claim that tier 2 tower top.
VP looks under a lot of pressure here too, because no one, you see the Doom blinks in, and he just instantly BKB'd, like no hesitation whatsoever. Back to farming. Somnus almost has a Hex finished up now on this OD. We're talking about how important that initiation is.
Oh yeah, no, it really is just not just the Doom now that you have to worry about if you're Ramses.
Yeah.
As you say, 2 heroes that can jump upon you.
Several ways to break that Lincoln's.
Yep.
All about initiations and all about just clicking those preemptive BKBs pretty much in this game for both sides.
Scotty out and done from, I believe FY has completed BKB. It is.
Okay.
For the Elder Titans, so everything coming into place for PSG LGD in terms of these items.
And they're going to soak up so much of the damage. If they're able to get those BKBs off before the Chronosphere. Pasha built toward the Lincolns as well on the tanking, so
you're
they're going to
just down on Ramses,
double Lincolns, just throw as many as you can on him.
To make sure he can get that chrono out.
I mean, they need it. They need these Chronos so badly. Find about Roshan in about 2.5 minutes. Ame will be going for that MKB as we were talking about that evasion. The Kunkka having the halberd. Just kind of standard build up on the Monkey King also as that last item. All staying together though. They're ready to take these fights. They're trying to make sure that VP doesn't catch them off guard at all.
And he has now got that key talent really on the Void that's going to help Ramses a lot.
Yes.
With that extra cast range on the Time Walk, he no longer sort of has to put himself in those positions where he's more likely to get jumped upon by Chalice or Somnus at the start of the fight.
And they're starting to get a lot more physical damage too. The Kunkka having this small crit going into that Daedalus next, so you know those BKBs, they'll help a lot versus the Magic, but the Kunkka's able to find a good position for those Tidebringers. Pasha.
There we go. Pasha indeed with the epicenter jumping forward straight away, looking towards Chalice. There's a defensive Nightmare coming into play, and of course Chalice, he's so tanky. With the BKB, he's more than fine. The Stomp does catch on to no one. They've got the Hex down as well. Can they finish him off? But no, the counting offering will be there in time to hold back on it, but he gets the BKB off. They just don't have the damage to go through. No one's still alive. alive for now. He gets himself away with the Shadow Word. This Shadow Blade, can he live? It looks like he can, but they've lost two. They've lost Ramses, they've lost Pasha. The Echo stomps down to Roger. Somnus jumping up the high ground. He will get disarmed by no one, but it will wear off shortly. Mystic Flare doing a lot of damage. In fact, he's dead. VP, they were able to punish Somnus for bringing him into the base, and now the rest of them, gotta be a little careful. Roger will fall. Buybacks now coming into play as Roger buying back into the situation. They want to try and fight and defend their base here. No one looking for the hit. Chalice being nightmared. Again, no one falling very low. Looked for the Shadow Blade. Tidebringer hit. Will find it. There's PSG LGD. They may have dived too far as they lose everybody.
Well, Roger just put in so much work in that fight. Even just that split-second silence that he got on Somnus in the backline.
Yep.
Somnus was about to drop the Sanity's Eclipse because he saw the Kunkka get silenced, and look at that damage. 6,800.
I mean, you can't go for those sort of dives. You haven't taken a tier 3 or rag. Somnus is jumping in. I guess he did not expect to fall as quickly as he did.
No, I mean, he got hit by a Tidebringer as well as all this damage.
We'll see it again. And then the rest of the team really did follow through.
But that's what we were talking about. If the BKBs do come out in that Chronosphere, there's just the damage isn't going to be there from VP. No one actually gets caught in the edge of the Chronosphere, so he can't even apply any physical damage here. So look at that. Monkey King, 46 armor.
Yeah.
Does not care.
And the fact
Ramses just dies right away.
that no one is sort of able to live at the start, I think that does give him the chance to get that punch in return.
Yeah.
But there, straight Somnus desperately wanting to find no one. Just feeling so confident. You see sort of the frustration there from Ramses, but I'm sure he soon realizes, hang on, what are they doing?
I mean, they're lucky that Roger having buyback there.
Now, VP. They're now in a place where they're the ones pushing up to the tier 3 tower. The boat will come through. Tidebringer from no one.
4x Nova.
Now, they're jumping in onto Chalice. They've got the Mystic Flare. They've also got the Chrono as well. Ramses on the side. Has the control down his FY. Defensive Astral comes out from Somnus. Buys some time for FY. The BKB's been popped by Chalice. He popped the BKB as well, FY, but it will not save him. Borostrike comes in, but now Arme's there with the backup. He's looking to hold with a 2-man torrent from no one's there. He gets disarmed just before he's able to get the Tidebringer here out. Now the Wukong's command laid down by Arme. No one trapped underneath the tower. He's not surely tank enough to withstand that damage, and he is not. They get no one. Arme now looking to see if they can chase for more, and they do find Solo as well between the two of them, Arme and Somnus. So they in turn will shut down the push from VP.
These small little plays, even like these halberds coming out over and over again onto no one. He can't get the Tidebringers off in the team fights.
Hunter Fence will put Arme closer to his Monkey King bar.
Somnus having 48 in now too, stolen. They do look to take a fight in these next 80 seconds or so. They will have that built up. And almost level 25 on the OD2.
See the things out onto Roche, and that global concussor just sort of come from that direction, so they did want to check it out. They will actually head into the pit.
Solo's dead for 29 seconds. Kunkka's got buyback, but
They should get away with this.
Yep.
This should be pre-Roche here, 41 minutes in for PSG. It's what, just the second Roche so far this game.
Yeah. It's been a lot of just battling, right? 25 to 32.
They have got it here. Aegis into the hands of Arme, and Cheese, of course, will go the way of Somnus.
Got this DD for a bit too. They're looking for a fight.
MKB also sent out to Arme. Off the back of taking down Roshan.
Now it makes it, I mean, VP jump is going to be much tougher now versus this Aegis and Cheese when they have this Chronosphere. Got eyes on Ramses.
Arme, he's looking to go in straight away with the boundary strike. Look at what Ramses gets taken down. Oh my god. Arme punishing, as you say, the Mask of Man is popped by Ramses. As he silences himself, he's got nowhere to time walk, nowhere to run or hide, as he is dead for 80 seconds. Solo as well, taken out by Arme.
And he used the Golem too, before he died.
2 dead for a full minute against a team with Aegis and Cheese ready for a high ground push. We'll see how much PSG LGD can get from this.
Arme is looking for the chaotic offering, but the rest of his team is pushing mid.
Arme? I mean, is this worth it?
The Void's dead for 50 seconds, but...
he's going to push in bottom.
Okay.
Ah. Oh, challenge.
One crit.
For the setup, the jump for Mystic Flare, but Khaled pops the BKB and jumps in straight away with the Doom down onto Roger. He's not messing around with the Scarab. He wants him gone, and he wills. Roger's gone. Buyback now from Solo, but if you say Solo does not have a chaotic offering to offer for this. He gets the Shadow Blade, Tidebringer hit, no one, but it's not quite enough to finish off the Doom. That controller with the Torrent on the boat will be, as no one does manage to catch out Chalice. Got to break up this defense. Pasha found out by Somnus, and in fact the rest of PSG LGD, they're ready to continue to fight. Oh, no one. He comes too close to the Monkey King. The Jingu Mastery stacks are up, and now back up into the base. They'll push on. Ramses is back in 5 seconds, and no one he has brought back. They will have the Chronosphere available, but still, Aegis there for Arme. Looks like the cheese has been popped by Somnus. Just the Aegis they are sitting on, but nonetheless, that sequence of events leading PSG LGD to be now a 12k advantage on top of VP.
Look at the change the way it is, too.
Yeah,
the graph is...
Considering how this game has gone so far, that last few minutes has just been an incredibly different turn of pace in favor of PSG LGD.
And they're looking to stay on the aggressive with this Aegis still on Ame. Got the blink.
Arme. He's straight into the base. He's looking for the Wukong's command, ready to go. He's been Heaven's Halberd, that's not going to work. Of course, gets the Wukong's command, illusions no one. He's trapped in the center of the ring. He's trying to get himself out with the BKB running as well to the side. Somnus, he's found a head to the right. He's Ramses. Gets the BKB, the Chrono. Can they make a turnaround play here? VP, they're trying their best. They're looking towards taking down Arme. Arme will fall once, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready to go up again. Pasha comes in with the 3-man burst. Like the Tidebringer here. He's cut down Somnus. Somnus gone for 100 seconds. They found next over as well, but VP themselves, they've lost 2. They've lost Ramses. They've lost no one. Neither with buyback available. Can the rest of the team do it? They've got the control onto the Monkey King, the damage from Roger with his Mystic Flare. They found a third. They'll look towards FY. He cannot escape from this as VP. Despite losing Ramses as no one in a situation without buyback, they will hold. And again, PSG LGD, they don't seem to want to take tier 3s or barracks. They just want to kill people.
They just keep diving forward.
But it ain't Call of Duty. This ain't no team deathmatch. You're not winning the game if you're diving the base, as they do give up a decent chunk of that lead that they just got.
They're so bloodthirsty to just kill no one over and over again. Same thing with Ramses. But Roger, he's pulling that weight on this Skyra.
It is I mean, as we said before, we've seen a lot of top tier supports be able to do this. Get that good timing on the Aghanims and then just create such a nuisance. But they really are diving a little bit too much, aren't they, PSG LGD?
They're actually just not hitting buildings. The tier 3 tower only took 113 damage during all that. But if they do, the thing is that if they do kill everybody on the side of VP here, then they have the situation to go for it. But Chronosphere comes in, catches the 2 big cores, and their BKBs were used. 3-man stun from Pasha as well to set up Roger when he respawns.
But I mean, they really are giving the chances here for VP to really get themselves back into this game.
Oh, absolutely. Solo level, we saw pointed out, level 25. Ramsey's only level 22. Warlock has a 60% experience in talent, but Solo ended up, coming back in that midst of the fight, sees a couple heroes dies with that 60% experience and gates a crazy amount of levels. Very tough game.
Well, there's 70 attack speed now on FY.
Also going for the nullifier.
Pretty close to it as well.
Yeah. Pasha too. Being able to stop those BKBs from getting popped will allow this OD to really take over the fights. But 5-second BKB on OD, 5-second BKB on Monkey King.
Probably
everyone now,
right? I think so. 6 seconds still on no one.
Maybe apart from like FY as well. Yeah, FY still got 6.
Still high too.
Pretty much everyone's BKB getting down to the minimum duration at this point of the game with the frequency of the fights that we've seen.
Yeah. Quite an important hold for VP. It was getting close to that 15,000 gold lead and 10,000 experience lead, but they cut it down on that dive from out.
And as we say, they're still yet to lose any part of their base, VP.
Yeah. And that was like the Aegis.
That was the Aegis and the cheese play.
So.
Sort of the last few minutes of pushing attempted by the side.
There's a DD rune bottom. And these Daedalus hits, even though he's been enfeebled in a couple of situations, still can do quite a decent chunk, but it looks like PSG LGD.
They want to try and bait it a little bit. Just seeing if anyone's going to get tempted. It looks like they won't. And Chalice actually just takes it for himself.
I think he's just like, if Ame goes in and gets chronoed, it could be a disaster for them.
Sure.
Chalice.
He wants to be the focus.
He wants to be the frontliner. Yeah. 3,400 HP, 18 armor.
Both teams smoked up at the moment. Opposites on the halves of the dire side of the map.
Part of the buybacks looking. Kunkka still 3 minutes, no one, or solo.
Roger will show immediately. The reaction was there. Chalice tried to jump in, but Roger, he's ready. He's able to blink himself out before Chalice gets any sort of damage out. There's the chrono. Look who's Ramsey's found on the side. He's found the Monkey King. Defensive play coming through with a nightmare, but it won't be enough to save Ame. Ame is gone. Chalice don't get the Doom out. The BKB's out as well from Ramsey's. The run will cover it. Keeping him safe as VP bind Ame. Ame will buy back immediately. He knows that there is now no Chronosphere. Maybe PSG LGD can try and look to force a fight with some of those ults still unavailable on VP's side, but
big bottom wave. Farm it.
It looks like that is going to be the case. So
I mean, look at this. That's a huge swing again. Now it's down to 3K. This Chronosphere by Ramses. Just heads up, catching Ame. Before that BKB. More than enough damage they have to throw in there.
yeah.
And the Astral was already used, right? Somnus had Astral Chalice in the backline, so
It was
they didn't
only
have that defensive ad. They only had the sleep.
Only the nightmare that provided a little bit of time, but was still not enough with Ramses having that BKB able to punch and take it off and finish off the kill.
2 for 2 bounty runes. And we have passed that 40-minute mark, so we're seeing those, of course, those double runes coming into play. Pretty much all of VP's ultis hold that. But they're happy. Ame having used that buyback has now actually changed the item build too. No longer going for that butterfly, it's an Aeon disc queued up.
It is the sort of the classic counter to the Void.
Yeah. Just try to survive all that burst damage.
Because between that, Nightmares and Astrals, there's a very high chance you aren't killing the Monkey King during the duration of the Chronosphere.
Yeah. They have the Hex possibility to be picked up for Roger now too. So this is changes the game a bit here from how farmed the Skywrath is. They can get those instant jumps. Now they can allow Ramses to have a little bit more freedom to set up those Chronospheres. Solo gets spotted. He'll ward out. Does the shots, giving some information.
Chalice still very much in prime position to get a jump in, and oh no!
Another BKB by Ramses.
I mean, 3 times?
Oh, you can see it even on the camera.
Maybe there is something wrong with his keyboard.
He keeps. It's this like bottom hockey.
Okay, no one will pop his because he is legitimately in danger.
Yeah.
He's being chased. And of course, at this point, sure, I guess it is still the fact that there's a 50-second window where you haven't got it, but you're already at minimum duration at least, so that's not going to get anywhere. But still, not ideal.
No, sets them back quite a bit, right? It's Ame, the one without buyback, and now it's no one. The Kunkka is going to have that one available. So right now could be a really big go time for VP if they did have that BKB available, but they're going to sit in their base and wait for those to come back up. Still not level 25 on the Void. How many 25s do we have right now? Just 4. Everybody else in the game is level 24 though.
I'll see it again. That one beautiful frame.
Thought we were going to just see Ramses click BKB again. I'm like, oh, come on, don't do that to this man.
Oh, I'd call that doom in the trees.
Another Lincoln's being built up on no one, understanding just how important it is to protect versus these hexes as well as the Doom. Roger still hasn't picked up his though. He is saving buyback. He understands how important his role really is in this game as the Skywrath. Probably having like the highest damage done on his team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Really been that rock
See if
that the team
Somnus
does need.
does go and pick up that Eon disc.
Yeah, they're just gonna they're gonna just fully itemize for that to deal with the Chrono and
Got
Rosh
the
is
money
up.
for it, but he's holding on. I mean, I guess they say, yeah, if they can find Roche, get the Aegis, G's and Refresher Shot, the Eon disc a little less necessary on Somnus as long as you can get that Aegis on it. As VP, they are starting to sweep over. Will they get there in time, though?
It's half HP.
That is the question. It looks like they will. Already PSG LGD sort of hesitating. There's in fact going to be the jump up target. They got the Hex onto no one instead. They move straight forward. Chalice with the BKB. They're looking to focus down. No one Savage's Eclipse hit. Drop the Doom down as well. They kill off the Kunkka. Chalice looking across the side. Looks towards Ramses. Ramses able to turn. Get a few punches in onto Chalice. No one looking to get himself re-engaged on this fight. They've lost Pasha. Though Pasha's well buyback. They'll get the Chrono down towards the top. No one. He's fighting with them around the shrine. With the Chrono, Ramses is able to find the kill onto F5 with the damage from Roger. Sleep for the moment, a hold back Ramses, but Roger bringing up the high ground lead to continue to chase. Chalice is there with the defense for X-Nova. Kelly got free Teddy dropped down. Ramses has the BKB at the ready, so he can kill off Arme. Arme gone for 2 minutes without buyback. They've got the stun onto Somnus. Somnus, he's gone as well. He has buyback available, but his Monkey King does not. As VP take the fight around the Roshan with that buyback for no one, cleaning up with a triple kill. Into the pit they go.
LGD used everything to kill this Kunkka, and then no one's like, gotcha. Got buyback. Perfect Chronosphere coming out from Ramses as well. Catching the back lines. They get the double Mystic Flare on top of it.
And look at this. Suddenly this game really looking to be very scary for PSG LGD. They had their moments. They had their lead. A few unsuccessful dives up to the high ground and that fight around the Roche. And this could start to get pretty brutal. Rapiers are now in the game, picked up by no one. He's ready to go. He's ready to end this.
They know there's still no buyback on the Monkey King.
One good Tidebringer hit with the crit could certainly seal the deal if it's not already been sealed by the fact that indeed the Monkey King is gone. The rest of the team has to buy back. Somnus is back in. That will make VP hesitate a little bit. It looks like VP, considering how much more they can try and take from PSG LGD in this situation.
They still have the Refresher Shard, but they do have a Chrono available. There's another one also in 30 seconds if they wait.
And there's a Hex on Roger as well.
This could catch LGD off guard.
There we have it. A tier 3 taken. A second Rax as well in trouble. See, VP, they're not diving for kills. They're focusing objectives. And they will get away with it.
Wow.
As they won't end the game, but they certainly put themselves in a very good position to doing so off the back of another push. As 2 sets of Rax are taken, 6k gold lead now, 55 minutes in. As PSG LGD for, well, it has been for quite a while, now back on the back foot.
Yeah. I mean, these dives just really costing them so much. Getting VP able to get all these kills. This Roche fight, having to overcommit so much to go for no one. Now Ramses has Chronosphere available, has the Refresher Shard, can pick up another item as well, and Roger. UPM. He's really been so clutch for this team in this game, the Skywrath.
And it really is very hard for PSG LGD to fight now. Chronosphere, a Rapier Kunkka, sort of 2 late game components that can just end you. How do you take these fights? How do you stop yourself from getting Chronosphere and getting hit by the Kunkka? How do you sort of split up who's focusing who?
I think it's going to be really important for Chalice when he gets this refresher for himself. They're going to have to try to break that link and get the Dooms on both of those big cores, the Void as well as the Kunkka. But there is that Aegis available for no one. Final level 25 of the game, FY trying to get it. One creep away. Gets hit by a concuss.
I'm Roger.
A full ethereal blade on top. I mean,
he just picked up a Hex, you know.
The 300 GPM talent's starting to kick in, but
always looks flashy to see.
Yeah, this man is going to be all eyes on these Mystic Flares, and
he really has done so much. I mean, what, 12, 7, 20. This is, you know, just the power of the Sky. It really does end up just looking and feeling like another core with the amount of damage and impact he has in the fight. Despite the fact, of course, he was in a position at the start where, you know, he's not given any sort of farm priority. There they go. PSG LGD are going to have to pull together quite some defense once VP do decide to make the move towards the high ground. Now, I'll take the shrines away.
Ame still doesn't have buyback. 260 more gold for the Monkey King. A lot of them are still uncooled. Both sides. level 25 on the Elder Titan.
He's thinking about it.
He's still considering
And
what
he
they want
does
to do.
take the lifesteal.
Okay,
We saw it do big things in the past.
we have.
EG, never forget. They were able to pull together a miraculous hold with the sort of the punching power, that lifesteal sustained on an Elder Titan. Maybe FY can do something marvelous for PSG LGD.
He's got buyback, so he's the one in the front right now trying to defend.
And he will get jumped upon. Right away they look for the opening. Nightmare will come out, buying some time for him to back off. BKB as well is there to counteract the Mystic Flare. Straight up with the 100% lifesteal. He'll punch his way back up to full HP. Well, pretty much so. But as you say, he very much is the expendable force that they can put on the front lines.
Yeah, like he's got the buyback right now. Like Monkey King 2 is, but he doesn't want to be dying once to save his buyback with full potential. BP. Aegis is going to be getting reclaimed. Do back off. They were looking to try to get a pick off on the back of having that Aegis for a little bit longer, but it is get reclaimed right now.
Slides this Shadow Blade back into his inventory, no one. And a lot of money on Ramses at the moment. 5.5k gold. Does still want to hold on to that Refresher Shard, obviously, at the moment. So I guess nothing that he really feels like he wants to change the slot for. Maybe the Mask of Madness. We can expect to see that go. A lot of sort of voids late game, I feel, recently we have been seeing getting the Satanic. We'll see what Ramses does want to opt for.
They're just trying to control the map right now. They're even... Are they pinging bounty runes? Yeah, they're pinging bounty. 60 minutes in the game. Bounties are worth quite a lot. 160 gold for your team.
Yeah, 60 minutes in. We really have been treated to quite some games on the main stage. And not just the main stage, the whole sort of playoffs of this event. Multiple sort of post 60-minute games going on between these two. Well, not these two teams necessarily, but collection of these top teams. It's down to having the last three teams in this event being the top three of the DPC. And we're certainly seeing the caliber in games like this from both sides.
And we're seeing both teams, since this is, potential elimination for BP, being very, very cautious. They don't have the buybacks, just sitting back, making sure.
There's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. I know VP's got a few Mercedes, but still, it's a lot of money. Just think about what you could do to the car with that sort of.
True.
Get a pool fitted in the back of it. No. Ramses got the butterfly queued up. Still yet to go and invest any of that money though.
LGD has this map pretty bare. Ame steps up.
Look at the jump. In goes Ramses as well. He's got the chrono down as well. There's the Nightmare still low from the side. Xnova trying to do his best to keep that man safe. The Eon disc as well coming into play. Ame just gets to the body counting offering. What that damage, Ame! Oh my! The Tidebringer hit with the Rapier pretty much one-shots him. He has to buy back and get himself re-involved. Roger looking to move forward, but he gets hexed up by Somnus. Jump forward as well from the OD. Looking to finish off Roger's sanity. His eclipse is down. They pick up the double kill. PSG LGD. They find two. Now looking towards no one. No one turns again with the Tidebringer hit, but he falls. He hits the deck. The Rapier's on the ground, and Ame will claim it for himself. Ramses in with the Refresher Shard. He's got that second Chronosphere. He's trying to finish off this OD. Can he do it? He can. He's able to take down the OD, but in return, the Wukong's command with the Rapier on the Monkey King. Ame gets the double kill. That's Pasha down. That's Ramses down without buyback. Roger with the Mystic Flare Burst will be able to find another, but again, the Boundless Strike with that Rapier damage is now 3 dead on the side of BP without buyback. Can no one and Roger do something incredible to keep this game going for the side of BP? Look at the burst. Roger, he's been doing it all game. Can he continue to do so? FY trying to punch him down. Rapier's on the deck. Roger with the ultra kill. The hopes and dreams of BP being carried by this Skarath Mage. There's a Rapier in the tree line. No one will be able to get it back into his own hands. As now, BP ready to push in. Only FY back in the game. Xnova's got buyback, but the rest of the team, they cannot get themselves back for this one.
They better tip, hug, commend this Skywrath after this game. Roger with an incredibly good performance. Ramses, that last chrono, he jumped in. His team wasn't quite there yet. They'd all just bought back and started to run back in.
It did allow them to get Somnus though, straight away.
He definitely did. They
are still without, of course, Ramses and Pasha, but with the three of them, they're feeling certainly still a little bit careful about how they can end this.
Look at them pinging out Roger.
But there's no buybacks. They've got the Rapier on no one. This is a lot of damage to take down these tier 4s and end the game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fortification comes out. PSG, they just need to buy time for Somnus to get back in, and then they've got a chance of holding against these 3. FY goes forward straight away with a nullifier onto Roger. Roger is going to be able to get forced to the side. No one turns. FY goes for the stop, but the Hex is there. FY held down. He's gone. FY's out of this one. Only X-Nova alive.
Right.
10 seconds until Somnus is back in. The Enfeeble is out onto no one, limiting some of the right-click damage to slowing down the push. Somnus, he's going to be back in. They've got the grip. They've got the hold. Solo heads across. The Roger's there as well with the silence. Somnus jumping in. Can Somnus do something fantastic here? That's the question. The BKB's out on no one. They're focusing the base. They're looking to end the game. VP, they're not messing around with these kills. They want the game too, and they'll get it. Virtus
my
Pro
God.
pushing this series to the game 3 with this game 2 victory, as we saw really right up until the end. VP, they weren't messing around with kills in the base. They were ending the game, hitting the structures, hitting the building. That's how you win Dota 2. But what a phenomenal few fights to end this game with between the two teams. And Roger.
Look at the damage. 53,000 from the Skyrat. The next highest on his team was the Kunkka with 39,000.
And that was a Kunkka that had a Rapier for a fair few fights.
Roger almost did more damage than the